Alright, what's going on, everyone? I'm hoping YouTube decides to work today, maybe? Come on, YouTube. Yeah! Sweet, it's working today. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Last time we started Chapter 3, Maximilian is under arrest for supposedly murdering his ringmaster, but that's not true because he liked his ringmaster, so we're gonna prove that he did not kill him. Let's get right into the news. I'm super excited to be playing this again, guys. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little bit. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit somebody. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. Sorry, my dog was outside. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Don't be peeing outside of my door, Lex. Alright. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick? What's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Aw, yeah. Max, how do you do it? Tell me. Ah, well, you see, you just gotta use your Nen. Wait, Nen? Are we in the Hunter x Hunter universe? What? Yes. Anyways, my real name is Hisoka. Or in before this is Hisoka's origin story. Oh good, I'm back again. Now the case of the What? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry. I just realized the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So, wasn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. Sounds more friendly. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he was gonna say if we can call him not guilty. I wonder if that is to our advantage. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Huh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? You must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Zilk. Nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. Your dad is gone, you know. The prosecution is finished. Let's hurry up and wrap up this waste of time. Oh, so there's something bigger here. Oh, you guys also said that this is the game where Chapter 3 starts to become kind of pointless in the long run. Usually what happens is the first chapter is set up, the second chapter is build up, fourth chapter is climax. Third chapter is usually just kind of there for there, and that's kind of what I think all three games in the trilogy kind of have that. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there, now! Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it, it's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well, I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. Alright, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony. Alright. details of the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All the circus performers gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. Court accepts this in evidence. Okay. Let's see what this is about. Okay. Blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal, maybe about 1.5 inches on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing at night? What? But there's no snow in this photo. Are you dumb? Wait, what are you talking about, Phoenix? What's wrong with it? I'm confused. Nothing wrong with it. Right? I don't know. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and the staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course, the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file. You are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. Against the monkey? What is that gonna do? After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room, tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awful suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they're negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Ow! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention, it was locked. Locked, you say? Okay. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. About the contents is what I need to know. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So, we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper.
Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box?
There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning.
Huh.
According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. You haven't found this murder weapon, have you? Police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with.
I don't think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene.
No, I bet he made it disappear with magic.
Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of this event now.
I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously. But that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy.
Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness.
I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well. Yep. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Trilloquist. I am employed as an opera tenor.
Excuse me. The witness called to the stand was the one, Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That room must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with the song. Me. What is he singing? The world of law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence. No, shut up. Had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak.
Trillo, you know better than to insult a judge.
Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face, and on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds.
What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony on my Ouch!
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. I feel like this is a bit of an act, but I might be wrong. Once practice over, I left the tent with a stooge, clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went over to the plaza. And that's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading toward the scene? You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How could you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his high nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown?
That's right, dress boy.
Well, since you weren't with him, wouldn't that mean the clown committed the crime?
He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the criminal.
Why's that?
Here's absolute proof.
Silk hat?
This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Well done, Miss Von Karma. Prosecutional skills are unrivaled. Well done.
Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. What you witnessed. This is, tough. The clown. You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice is over, he was 9/10 of the way to kneeling over for good. Keeling over, sorry, my bad. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack.
No, then what happened?
What did you do then? I went over to the plaza to do some thinking. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice, warm lodging house been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix, Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How can you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears, lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup? Geez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. You saw Max, and only Max, right, Trillo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense, and makes Max one suspicious character.
There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? Ben only saw Max. That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max? Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? What else do you suppose this witness could have seen? I mean, it's obvious, but I'm gonna save just in case they'd be like, ha, you think you're so clever. Also buried. That's the victim.
That's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Ah! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story, if Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room. Why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? Ah!
I see. Seems at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there were clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trillo wouldn't have an ulterior motive for... Yeah, he would. Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick? Wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore.
Let's try the other one. Oh. Is that Let's get the other one now. No. Sorry, I thought you could ask the other thing, but no.
Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? Huh? I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you just believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for somebody? Mr. Phoenix, Wright. We can all do without your offhanded theories. But This witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something.
Mr. Wright, who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night?
Slot 4. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Wah! You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken?
Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw, don't you forget it.
Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right.
Eh? Alright. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Ah!
Well, that makes perfect sense.
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the scene. Ow! There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, I spilled the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things.
Mr. Quest, tell us the truth this time. And I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose?
What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain! Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now I have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Don't be so surprised I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket.
Nope, that's incorrect. You were going to propose. You, a puppet.
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
Well, I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too.
Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now.
Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your examination.
Did you hear that? His sigh seemed a little wistful.
I think I can actually just say no right away. So let's do slot 4 again, because I like slot 4. I'm gonna save right here again, just slot 4. Nope. I think I have to get more information first. I want to say, like, is this the thing? But I have to actually say, like, hey, is this the thing first? So, jump on the gun a little bit. I think I just have to press this, though.
So you were still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give it up that easily. Wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. Oh, just the dude's looking at me.
Okay. God dang it. I thought I would... Okay. Well, so much for that.
By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina? Of course, that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't gonna propose to be... I wasn't I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together, right, Ben? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. What was it exactly you planned on giving her? You know exactly what I was gonna give a numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. An engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Franziska's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. Push on anyways. Maybe something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a human being. Ow! I advise you to cut this argument short.
I'm gonna have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring? I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. But now, I think we can do the thing. Slot 4. Now does it work? Yes! Trillo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like they're gonna double feed me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! Did you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I was able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then, do I have it right here? Ah!
What is going on here?
That's, Ben, say something! Don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this in Money's room.
Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault?
Ha! That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him.
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoid slandering innocent fighters in my court.
Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word.
Ah, I see. Well then.
Money likes to go after the shiniest things he can find and gather them up.
Shiny things?
Trillo! When was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilloquist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring and snatching money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That was indeed an incredible shame.
Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Ben doesn't exercise enough. Ben's testimony has a flaw. There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after the monkey. When the witness was off chasing money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene.
You're Interesting, Mr. Wright.
Well then tell me this, Mr. Felix Wright. Do you have any proof that someone slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max.
Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night.
Ha! I've told you so many times, you think you know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it will change some more. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right, money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then money snatched the ring, and you went chasing after him?
How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see, I'd say about, I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with the cross-examination.
Whew! This is a tough case. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night? That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think someone would have slipped by me?
4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose.
Yikes. The judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trillo. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night? Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance of the tent the whole time. But I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that the practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. and you already know that I went to the lodging house right after the practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to figure out what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed, what time was it?
What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Ow! I'm no good at math. It was 10:10 p.m.
Ah, yes, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene. Sorry, Trillo's voice is kind of hard to do, but sticking through it. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You said good morning in the morning, good afternoon during the day, right? It's obvious that I say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trillo. You say good evening at night. Ah, I'm sorry, Trillo.
Mr. Quest, I prefer if you keep your ventriloquist act out of the courtroom.
Impossible. Performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. Gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a worker, I would understand. Ow! That hurt! Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no real... How do I go
about proving that with the evidence.
Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you've already learned that one. Guess I can give it a shot.
Witness will resume his testimony. Can I try the other thing?
Hate to say it, but Ben's part of your little act is coming off a bit stale. I'm sure that if a pro was to review your work, he would— Ow! You're not trying to pass yourself off as a professional performer, are you? Don't get so wrapped up in yourself, Mr. Phoenix, you're right. Ow! You should know better! Ow! 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 That hurts! That should have set him straight. You may proceed with your testimony, witness.
Okay, I was just curious.
You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already. Geez, I'm 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that it could be any more confident than that, right? Those three ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times do you ask that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone sing now.
Silk hat,
cloak, white roses. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree. But do we have the proof to make something stick? All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've got to have something that will prove useful. Alright, time to go to work.
There's only one thing I can think of, and it might be completely wrong, but let's try it anyways.
Objection!
It's completely wrong, but I tried it anyways. Here? No? Huh. I, really don't know with this one. Yeah, I'm stumped on this one, so let me just get my trusty phone out real quick because my brain's not working with this one. I don't want to waste y'all's time, you know? Like, oh wow, cool, watching Zach do the exact same thing over and over and over again. Don't you guys love it when I make the same mistake like 70 million times? You're probably screaming at your screen, "It's this, you idiot, why can't you figure it out?" And I'm like, well, sorry. Sometimes I'm just not very smart, but whatever. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do if they come for you? Yeah. Oh. This one isn't actually super obvious, but why would you say good evening if this happened?
Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact? It wasn't that big of a deal, it was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with somebody getting clonked over the head. Ah! That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he?
What? Is that an admission of assault and battery?
Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Yeah, that makes sense. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There is no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Gah! Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
He didn't see anyone. He saw the defendant. He saw a different person. Well, this is a decision, so we're gonna go slot 5.
It would be he saw a different person, I think.
It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all, which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That was why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was he saw that evening. Or, good evening, as he put it. What in the world? You...
The friends kindly explained who it was that Trillo saw that evening,
I don't know.
Is it Russell Berry? I think it might be,
Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet.
Must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute.
No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Well, answer the question, Mr. Quist.
Order! Order! How do you respond to this?
Well, wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
Well, I think it is high time to clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of that plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated they saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Ow! Yes, yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness had endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else, dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What?
Miss Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
If that's the case, it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
Yes, and we finally want to point in on this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Not gonna lie, the whole, us getting excited and then Von Karma smiling, whatever, it's getting a little bit old. It was funny the first times, but now it's like, yeah, you know, I'm never gonna win. This is obviously we're not gonna have one trial and that's it, so. I kinda wish that they stopped doing that, but whatever.
He merely established one thing from this witness. He established that this witness saw one person in that plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but...
What?
Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing, that there is no other that there is no one other than Maxima and Galactica responsible for this crime.
Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess.
Woo! That was an intense episode. Alright everyone, well that's going to wrap it up for this stream. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So we're going to see more of this awesome game. We're doing the finale of Super Mario Odyssey tomorrow, which is really exciting, finishing another game on the channel. And then we got a new game starting on Friday, which I will reveal at the end of the next Ace Attorney stream. I'm holding it in my hand right now. You guys can only hear it. I'm holding it. It looks pretty good. It's pretty cool. It's got a name there. It's got a little symbol, and then it's got like the it's a remaster. I'll give you that hint. But yeah, I'm super excited to get into it. I don't think any of you guys are gonna guess it because it's very different from what I usually play. But I'm so excited. I want to play it right now, but I will wait. Actually, I should probably install it on my PS4. That's a good idea. Oh no, I gave away. It's on PS4. Will it be God of War? No, it won't, because that's $80 and I don't have money. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow with the finale of Mario Odyssey. Thanks for watching. Peace out.